All right, today's rant comes to you live today from the Las Vegas Motorsports facility here in Las Vegas, Nevada. And before we get started on the rant, we're going to talk about it. It's really cold this morning out here in the desert, but we're going to talk a little bit about this facility for you motorsports enthusiasts. This is absolute heaven. I'm standing out here on the outdoor road course where I'm riding my motorcycle for a few days. You got multiple configurations out here. Over to my left, you have a circle track, which is the bull ring. You might be able to see the Las Vegas Strip there in the background. Provides a nice little backdrop. Off to the left of the strip, right here, actually across the street, is Nellis Air Force Base. So while you're out here sometimes, you get a chance to see the fighter jets flying by. You might actually get the chance to see one. Next to the bull ring there's a trophy truck where they race 4x4s and Baja trucks. Next to that is a motocross facility. Over to my right is the NASCAR oval. They also have an infield circuit there as well, and behind that is a drag strip. So, I mean, they got everything out here. And, you know, if you like motorsports, you find yourself in Vegas, which most people do, come out here because you can rent just about any kind of machinery, trucks, open-wheeled race cars, stock cars, just about anything you want, and take it out here on the track. It's a really good time. Now, this place itself holds a pretty special spot in my heart. When I came out to the Southwest and moved to San Diego in 1999, I won my very first road race on this circuit right here that I'm standing on. And I would eventually go on to win a championship here, won a couple of races right inside the oval. So I've had some very good success here. Also in 2001 and 2002, for you motorcycle enthusiasts, if you can remember MotoGP legend, 250cc world champion, 500cc world champion, Fast Freddie Spencer, he used to do a class out here. And it was a lot of fun. And when I got to take one of those classes, we had a special guest, a little teenager by the name of Nicky Hayden. Again, for you motorcycle enthusiasts, he was out here, just a young teenager at the time, but he would go on to be the AMA Superbike champion. In 2006, he would become the MotoGP world champion. And he now races in Europe in the World Superbike circuit. So a lot of fond memories that I have here in Las Vegas. So we're going to talk about the rant. Since I'm in Vegas, one of the topics you're always going to hear, or some people will say to you when you mention the word trading, and the question is trading gambling? Well, if you're going to use the definition of gambling in the dictionary, technically yes, because the definition of gambling is quite vague. It just says if we're risking something to gain something, that's a gamble. So I mean, that could be just about anything, right? That could be you getting in your car, driving somewhere, you know, you're risking your life to gain something. So technically, that's gambling. But as people are referring to it in text as traders, and trading itself is gambling, my answer is no. It's not even close. And I'll tell you why. There's one specific thing that separates it from being gambling. And that one thing is what we call an edge. Now, an edge can be defined as anything that gives a statistical advantage over your opponent or anything else. So it doesn't matter what you're doing in life. You have a personal challenge, a business challenge, an encounter with someone, you want something from somebody. Somebody or something in every element of life controls the edge. And that someone or something that controls the edge is usually the winner of the contest, right? So this is why it's so important to sports teams to have home field advantage, because being around your crowd and your fans, being on your home turf, gives you that edge over your opponent. That's why most of the times home teams win games. That's why it's so important to them. For example, my girlfriend in an argument, she has an incredible statistical edge over me. It's so bad, I just kind of nod my head, okay, whatever. She's really good at it. And this is what a trader has. You see, when a professional trader, and I'm not talking about amateurs, professional traders, when they enter a trade, it has to follow a certain set of criteria, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, a sequence of events, or a certain series of things need to specifically happen for them to even consider a trade. When they do this, it gives the trader a statistical edge, or puts the odds in the trader's favor rather than the market. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to win every time they take a trade, but it puts the balance of power in their hands, and that's what makes them successful. When you don't do that, and you take trades that are outside your edge, or guessing trades or something like that, which is what amateurs do or losing traders have a tendency to do. That's what makes you lose money, is when you give up your edge. Now, when you're talking about a place like casino gaming here, who do you think controls the edge? The casinos or the people? I mean, when you walk into a casino, how many people are sitting there at the slot machine? What kind of edge is that for a gambler? That has to be the worst edge in the world. I mean, you got to be out of your mind or hate yourself to even put any money in there, because if you have any success whatsoever at that game, it's all based on two things: luck, and then hope. And this is what happens when you don't have an edge. You rely on hope and luck. And this is something that stock traders, professional stock traders, I should say, don't do. Now, if you're talking about casino gaming, like or something like sports betting or poker for an example, or some of the other kind of gambling they call FanDuel, DraftKings, that kind of stuff, I would say that's not gambling either, because as a poker player, you can develop an edge over your opponent. So that gives you an advantage. You know, you take the advantage away from the house and you put it in the favor of the player. That's why you won't see any professional gamblers who are slot players. You won't find any professional roulette wheel players, because they don't have the edge. So what's my point in all of this? It makes no difference what you decide to do in life. You want to trade stocks? You know, you want to go start an internet business? You want to build something? You got some dream, you want to build an empire? Whatever it is, doesn't matter. You want to be a millionaire. You just want to be a winner at life, man. You just want to win everything all the time and get what you want and live the I do whatever the hell I want lifestyle whenever the hell I want. You need an edge. Find the edge over your competition. Find the edge over your element. Find the edge over the people that you need to have influence on. Find that edge, exploit that edge, and if you do that, you will find out in just about every single circumstance in life, if you control the edge, you win. And that's what you want to do, right? You want to win. So I'm kind of done with this rant. I've walked far enough. I haven't had breakfast yet, so I'm going to make me some vegan sausages. That's my edge. Going to have me a little vegan sausage. And then I'm going to ride my bike and have a good time out here in the desert. I hope you enjoyed this rant as always. Take care of yourself, and I will talk to you soon.